You never thought I'd be back? Turns out I also never thought I'd be back. But, as always, like before, welcome back to Chaos Head and Noah. We got the patch, we got everything. I mean, you can just check the first episode. Nothing has changed since then, but it has been maybe 2 months since I played. Even more. So, I'm gonna need to hit the continue button and remember where we were. I think we just finished chapter 2. If I can... Oh, it's Q&E. Just a quick recap of... Oh yeah, the incidents were going on, and then there's also like the... Yeah, the who's and the what's of it. Hopefully they'll give me a brief recap here. Anyway. Late night Shibuya, 4 AM. Despite being named the city that never sleeps, very few people were currently present at its most popular locale, Scramble Crossing. Instead, many taxis were parked in their place, ready to carry away the drunks, unwilling to wait for the first train of the morning. A generous number of the drivers were reclined in their seats napping. The more diligent drivers leaned against their steering wheels as their eyes stared idly toward the hotspots, the most frequent ones being Center Guy, they translated half of it, not the other half, and the 107 building. However, they were not trying to ascertain whether or not any of the passerby were potential customers. Instead, they focused intently on the movement of the sanitation workers who had arrived about 30 minutes before. Yeah, the sanitation workers. Without the armbands, nobody would have recognized them as such. They were all wearing black suits, and they had yet to show any signs of cleaning at all. They were measuring something with a strange pendulum. Okay. Even now, they were taking measurements from directly beneath the traffic signals, and the instrument ladder a small chime.
地点 L2 の8、0.62 メガ GE、ハイスコアです。
High score, huh?
先月より38ポイントもアップか。思った通りだ。
Monotori. There was no one present in the early morning Shibuya to pay attention to the odd mumbling and behavior. True. The drunks were hardly conscious. Female nightlife workers jumped into taxis to get home as soon as possible. No one had noticed that the government had not scheduled any plans whatsoever. I mean, yeah, literally, like, this is the joke, right? All you need is a high-vis vest and you can get into any building. The new gen events, that's what's going on. We had the group dive, we had the mancha, those were the ones that happened already. And then the crucifixion was the one that we saw. What was the vamp bio? The blood extraction. Right, okay. At a bathroom in Shibuya Station. In addition, it was uncovered that a photo of the corpse had been posted for an online auction. Type B in short supply. +2. This was also the first one to be posted online, like, initially, right? Or something like this, if I remember correctly. I don't know. It had literally been 2 months, and I might have to watch my own videos to remind myself of what I said. Exact same message. I had one of those tissue packs on hand. The insanely strange way didn't read like an ad for a blood drive anymore. They read like an advanced message for the crime. Yet to find any of them. It was like one of those, complimentary things. Seiratan. Vampire differed pretty heavily from the previous cases in one area. It was much more obviously a theatrical crime. But wasn't the crucifixion like much more theatrical? What makes this theatrical more than the others? Had begun clamoring for police presence or a late night curfew. Yeah, I mean, like, 4 murders, it's a creative, but 4 murders probably not that many. It's trying to be Snake. New gen incidents. Sorry, I can't mess my Snake. Phrase had been trending among the city's younger population. Sonome, the meme. It wasn't just online either. That phrase had penetrated the ranks of each and every dokyun walking around Shibuya. With the dokyuns, why are they walking? Isn't that paradoxical? Can I get my tips list on that one? Dokyuns. No, I was right. Dokyuns, rather. Me when I define crashing and baiting. No, I do not want to close the game. Thank you. Backspace me. Regardless of whether it was related or not. So can I just get the... Oh, this thing, yes. But wasn't that his phrase? Wouldn't have much... Okay, it's become like a suffix, huh? So true. What whose eyes are those eyes is that from? But to me, it was the most aggravating thing possible. They stole the phrase that I always talk to myself. A whole 3 days had passed since the vampire case, so I'd been able to calm down a little. Of course, there was still a nagging uneasiness in the corner of my mind, but by losing myself in ESO over the weekend, I forgore. And I went to school because of my thingy. Oh yeah, and we've also lost the one woman who we thought was interested in us. Fuhihi. Shady Corp. And so, on my way home from school, I stopped by a cafe for the first time in a while. My usual room was vacant, and you're not being stalked for once, huh? Longest gap between visits. The sour breeze, the stained manga. The aura of pure nostalgia.
ルーム37の PC のチャットログを調べさせてもらいました。
Ah,
そ
yes.
こから分かったことは、あなた一人の自作自演。
He's talking to himself, but he doesn't know it yet. We don't know it either, so we have no idea about the nature of his abilities.
将軍はあなた自身。
Ah! Terrifying. I hadn't seen you since then. We were in different grades and I didn't go to school that often, so it made sense why we hadn't come across each other. Speaking of delusions, huh? She was clearly sick in the head. Ah, yes. We're about to delve right back into it, I imagine, though. Over the past 2 weeks, I've been dragged into all sorts of random bullshit. Before then, my Nichijou had been completely vanilla, and Miss Mikun was pretty much the only one who talked to me. Our fuckboy friend. My goat. Why was it basically nothing but weird, inexplicable bullshit been happening to me recently? I wanted to avoid thinking about that garbage as much as humanly possible. The dying message had to be just a coincidence. The words are all pretty common after all. If I thought of it, there was no reason someone else wouldn't have been able to as well. I couldn't be interested. I mean, it's already paranoid enough, I guess. It's doing well to not be paranoid about this one. Something started ringing nearby. It's called a phone. その携帯、誰の携帯? Yes. Yeah, man, it's your phone.
もしかして。
もしかしてじゃない。Yes, your phone, your new phone, but it would be, this is the new phone that your sister made you buy, and the only numbers you should have are Yua, who I did barge into your room. I don't remember if you got her number or not. There was delusions going on there. Your sister and your parents, right? Was it a good idea to answer? Who was calling me? I hadn't told anyone my phone number. Your family. Yeah. Respect none of me, bro. Who was this? I mean, it's got to be you, right? Because she was in your room. I don't know if that happened before or after. Usually force people to listen to the ringing. Yeah, just answer the phone, bro. Chill on me. You can turn the ringer off. It stopped. Missed calls 1. Well, you're going to get a message, aren't you now, though? I should really figure out how to set up my voicemail. Cell phones were such a pain in the ass. I mean, you're a fraud techie, bro. You gotta get your phones and you gotta do some hackerman stuff. At least. They were freaky as hell. I don't know about that. The prevalent fraud was nowadays, well, people are actually taking the proper measures. Yeah, man, you're getting mad in the middle on the phone. I shouldn't joke, though. That's happening now. With AI and such. You can just get AI to answer the phone for you, you know? Which is really weird. I don't know why you would even have that. But then again, I understand. I mean, the thing about, like, that's one thing, well, at least, like, if you can, it's basically like having a secretary, but without having a secretary. Anyway. Someone who might be an imposter among us. Hard to believe that my voice could... Okay, well, then you're just being stupid on that front, though. Yes, you're describing how speakers and microphones work and the process of digital communication. Yes, that is exactly... Yes, that is how... It's impressive that it works, to be honest with you. And it's impressive how not complicated it is and that we figured it out a long time ago. Could the other party really hear my voice? Well, it's like teleportation, right? It's not your voice. As soon as it gets like converted back and forward, like in the same way that you're not seeing my gameplay, you're seeing like a reconstruction of my gameplay, but my gameplay doesn't really exist in the first place, so like, does it matter? You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah. Sure, bro. Freaked me out. They were even scarier than talking to someone face to face. I mean, you can't do either, so I don't know. Maybe your barometer is all fucked up, bro. Lizalot. Lizalot is your non-overpowered account, right? Your farming account? 2 weeks since I last used her. Acting noisy as usual. Well, I don't know why. Oh no, right. You use the net cafe to use your alt account. I think that's what's going on, if I remember correctly. At the end of the well-lit road, despite the crowds, I clearly saw her. Now, is her the murderer or you are? That one girl. This was the girl that passed us that one time in the hallway. I don't think we know anything else about her. Right smack in the middle of center guy. Ah, yes. Where it was difficult to even walk straight, she stood still, resting the gigantic sword she carried on her shoulder. It's a cool sword. It looks like the energy blade, energy sword from Halo. The twin blade setup. I mean, yeah, it's who gives a shit about swords, bro? You're in Shibuya, I guess. She had been there when Nanami was dragging me around to buy a cell phone. Okay. And I remember the sharpness of her glare. Yes. I mentioned this. She's blinking, that's for sure. She got a nose, which is rare for an anime girl. She was Girl B asking you who you were. Why was she glaring at me? I mean, she's not doing that much of a glare. Are we gonna confront her or are we gonna run and get stalked a little bit? I knew now what it felt like to be someone's prey. Okay, never mind, we've answered that question. I should run. Try head for the station instead. What do you have that's muggable, bro? You don't even have a phone. They'd probably one-shot me. So true, bro. Like I'd fall for that.
Oh. Huh?
What is bro even doing, man? Somehow the goal is right in front of me. You were bewitched for like half a second. Job was done, bro. The girl with the sword was still glaring at me just as she had been before. What the hell? Legs could only move so fast. That was practically teleportation. I mean, your grasp on reality is like tenuous at best, buddy, so let's not go so crazy.
Oi.
Oi. Her voice reached my ears with extreme clarity. Yeah, man. Like, we like I said earlier, we gotta pick up the pace on this. Takumi's gotta, like, get embroiled in some shit that makes him lock in. Because, like, the grasp of reality was shaky to begin with, and it's only getting shakier. That, or we just need more scenes with his little sister. Then we can save this game, for sure. I mean, I'm sure it's picking up. We're at the tail end of, like, the funny. The serious funny is gonna begin, I think. But obviously there was no one. A number of businessmen glanced at her only to realize she wasn't talking to them and walked away. Girl B took a sudden step toward me. Yeah. She.
お前見えるのか
Okay, maybe put the sword down. I don't think you need it. Although, listen, it's an impressive drawing. Sprite work was nice on this one. You've got the scaling and everything, like the grip, the reverse. You know what I mean? It's very nice. Rude as ever. I could probably count the number of times a girl talked to me like this on one hand. Yeah, it's this time. I guess there were Tsunko. Kirimiya Tsubaki. Who is Kirimiya Tsubaki? Do we know? Why would she... Okay, it's from an eroge. Never mind. Well, there's more than... If you're counting that, then you should have a lot more under your belt, buddy. You're very experienced, aren't you? Okay, now the sword is, like, in my chest, if this is the scale of the sprite, bro. Why does she feel so intimidating even though she's a girl? Come on, buddy. She's got a sword. Also, the girl part is not relevant. We're not going to add this to your character this late in the story. Come on now. Operated on anime logic. Yeah, because the beam on the inside. Had there been any mecha and anime that had been airing recently? Yeah, it does look somewhat sharpened, at
見えるの
least.
かと聞いている。
The sword? What, no one else can see it? Is that what's going on? We're living in that level of fantasy? Go be close distance further and further. What are we deciding between? She'd swung the sword. Okay, first of all, we have to save, of course. What are we voting yes or no to, even? You know what? Fuck it. I'm buying into the sword. I don't care. I covered my head. If I hadn't dodged it, it would have hit my head for sure. Would have given me a concussion and dented my skull. I hated pain.
何をするだ
I vote yes for the sword. Girl B looked down at me coldly. Can I get a... Oh no, I clicked skip. Fuck. Her bare legs were right in front of me and I could almost see up her skirt.
やはり見えるのか。
Yahari mieruka.
すいません。見てないです。
I knew for a fact she was going to accuse me of looking at it. I think she's talking about the sword, buddy. Can I get the config again just for the hide text is B, huh? It's not working, guys. It's not working. It's B. Okay, but what's the keyboard input? The H key or right click, maybe. But it's not that. It's not that either. Backspace. Okay, cool. Yeah. The only panties I've fapped to are either 2D or belong to figures. Rookie mistake. I mean, listen, I had this thought recently, and maybe this is like a treatise or theory of some kind. Like, it's possible to be a 2D only, like, to end up there. But I think a true, like, if you want to create true, like, art that really channels the eros, as it were, you need to, like, understand the beauty of the real world as well. Like, otherwise you can't channel it. Like, not as it won't be the same way. You know, you won't get the same source. You know what I mean? It's like a different level of filtration and like construction. Anyway, I'm just saying, broaden your horizons, buddy. Okay, we've seen the thingy that changes the timelines and such or whatever.
嘘だ。絶対見た。
Yeah.
さっきからチラチラ見てただろ。
You've been glancing over and over for a while now.
本当に見てない。
We've got a very great lack of a subjective sentence that we're getting confused over here. Okay, that's what we're going into here. I should have guessed it. And for some reason I couldn't comprehend. Gobi slipped off one of her shoes and then she began to take off one of her knee socks. Feet? In the midst of this, the area under her skirt threatened to become visible yet again, leaving me at a loss for where to look. Can you show me? I tried to find an opening to escape, but Gobi refused to take her eyes off me as she continued removing her sock. Can I see a foot, please? Oh. Thank you. The now barefoot girl assumed an imposing stance, curving her lips in a scornful manner. Well, this doesn't seem very in character. But then again,
させてやる
we don't know anything. I'll make you confess. In the middle of the street? Suddenly, Gobi's warm barefoot stepped directly on my crotch. The sudden humiliation rendered me hopelessly embarrassed.
どうだ
Yeah, they said no sexual content in this visual novel. No, I'm just kidding. I just don't want to get banned on Twitch, bro.
やめ
The people walking around didn't even look at us. Yeah, because she is there like... She's trying to ask you something in the real world and you're like lying on the floor with a boner and she's just like, what the fuck is happening? Why couldn't there be at least one person who came to my rescue? What rescue, buddy? This is the best time of your life. What are we doing here?
だんだん大きくなってきたさ
It's getting bigger. It was mortifying, but I was enjoying it.
あーダメ
Dame. Okay, and then they shut off.
答えろ見えるんだなディソードが
Yeah, well, of course we... When I came, I couldn't immediately grasp what was going on. Yeah, man. Had that been a delusion? What the hell was that? The first time I'd ever heard that word. It was shaped like a sword, but why was she asking me if I could see it? Obviously. But no one else can see it? Is that what's going on? Okay, Shibuya is not Aki, but they're telling me the obvious truths.
お前も集められたんだな
You've been gathered. Atsuberareta dana. Gathered. Who and by whom? I was definitely here
エラを見
voluntarily.
たことがあるか
Nihongo de please. That's what I wanted to say, but I wasn't brave enough. Yeah, man. It was not nonsense. I mean, but like, shouldn't you be a little bit... You should open your eyes to the crazy things you've been seeing and maybe see this as like a chance to...
見たら教えろ
She seems nice, man. Yeah, chill, you gotta chill on the panties and you have to lock in on the, like, phenomenon going on. For once. For once, I'm the one telling you to chill.
3年の青い瀬名
Senna.
駅前の電車にいる
Okay. Cool. I opened my eyes, she was gone. I was stunned, and until I arrived back at my base at Reese, I hadn't understood a single goddamn word that she'd said. If you were listening and sort of, like, mentally imagining her stepping on you, then maybe things would be a bit different, but, you know. Back to the roof shed. I had to go to school 3 times this week. Somebody kill me. I feel ya. A wonderful immortal. Finally. A savior.
鬼
She rushed towards me with staggering speed, and then circled around me and blocked my path.
ちょっとなんで妹見て逃げるの
That's what I'm saying. Finally, some good things are happening in this game. I'm not even saying that line. It's not true.
そうやってすぐ黙るし
Listen. I sympathize with your position of being annoyed at family members, but you're being puppeteered by me. So from my perspective, we only have one mission. And you don't even need to know what the mission is, because you do know. I mean, she went there because she's worried about you or whatever, right?
ねえねえ携帯どう使ってる使ってないでしょ
I
買っ
mean,
てからもう何日か経ってるけど一度も家にかけてこないもんね
to be fair, I sympathize with this. I pretty much only call a message upon request, but that's because of, like, the only people who have your phone number and, like, messages these days, the only people who do that kind of thing are, like, terminally offline people and, like, family members and relatives, you know? Like, I have the numbers of some of, like, my friends, like, a few, maybe, but, like, it's not really a thing, you know? It's just not a thing. Doing best to beg free, I started speed walking, but Nanami was determined to keep up.
家に生存報告の電話ぐらいしなよそのために買ったんだから
Like, this is one of those things where sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and, like, message or call to avoid, like, an even worse problem, you know? Even if it sucks, to be honest with you.
どうしても嫌ならそのナナの携帯にかけるだけでもいいからさお母さん心配してるんだからね
I mean, for a reasonable reason.
そもそもちゃんとご飯食べてんの？どうせコンビニ弁当ばっかなんでしょ？
Hey, respect to konbini bento, okay?
やっぱお兄に一人暮らしは無理なんだよ。家に帰ってきなよ。
She didn't really say you but
ナ
sure.
ナがどん
The
な気持ち
sentiment was
で
there.
お兄の様子見に行ってるか分かって
Do,
る？
do, do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. I love this theme.
いつも心配でしょうがないんだからね。
How nice. Nope. I mean, I'm sure your mother would do this if she wasn't busy. I think that's what's going on here. I'm not reading your lines for this one, buddy. That's your punishment. We will fix this against your will. I mean, I support your sentiment in real life, but you're a character in a visual novel, and that means one thing. I'd always longed for it, but Nanami was nothing compared to 2D little sisters. Less than nothing. Give me a cue to her younger sister. Any chance of escape before we reached the gate? She had fallen completely silent. Is this an error? Is that the thing that we just got? I mean, listen, it would be good timing. Her footsteps were unsteady. Okay, she's about to get isekai'd. Hey. I grabbed her arm and yanked her back. Well, what's up with this one now? It's uncharacteristic, isn't it?
何やってんだ？
She's gonna be empty-eyed, right?
あ、あれ？
She looks like a bug. In a good way. She blinked a few times and tilted her head to the side.
今なんであんなこと？
Yo, what's going on?
あれ？
The world is anomalous right now. She was there's more, buddy. Come on. I mean, yeah, she did almost get run over.
何やってるんだよ。車にひかれたいのか。
車なんて来てた？
Yes, there was a car. I confirm
ねえお
this.
兄、今ヒュンヒュンヒュンっていう音聞こえなかった？
Hyun. I hadn't heard jack shit.
その音聞いてたらね。
She's been hypnotized. Is that what we're trying to get
ぼんや
at?
りした感覚になって。
Somehow? Some like noise in like secret soldier activation thing?
で、あそこに
She pointed at the corner of the
お
road.
父さんとお母さんが立ってて、ナナを呼んでたの。
I saw a creepy man standing at that exact spot. An otaku plucked straight out of Akihabara. My bad. Capping off his life, he's holding a video camera in one hand. Did he have a voyeur fetish? No, I think there's some stuff going on.
おい、他人を指さすな。
Listen, I can deal with insufferable main characters, but the reality checks have been like trickling in. The reality's got to get checked real soon. I don't mind his like general skeeviness, but it needs to at least like become somebody. Anyway, they lived in Shimokitazawa after all.
おかしいな。確かに呼ばれたのに。
I wouldn't. Then he pointed the camera lens at us. What was wrong
行
with
くぞ
him?、
ナナミ。
Frightened, I quickly ran from the scene, leaving Nanami behind. What do you mean behind, buddy?
ちょっと待って。
Grab her hand or something. She's gonna get kidnapped at this rate. That's what it seems like, at least. I'd continued to ignore Nanami until we got to school, upon which I ditched her to walk towards my classroom. But he's describing his 3 rules. What was it? Stay along the edge. Don't walk too fast or too slow. Don't make eye contact with anyone. Don't stand out. Yeah, I was gonna just say that. Don't stand out. I mean, not standing out is also a good way to stand out, though.
よ、ターク。
Hello, Mr. Mikun. My friend.
おいっす。
Wagwan Famalam.
挨拶ぐらいしろって。ま、お前がそういうやつだってのは分かってるけどよ。なあ、この前 D 組の女子の話したよな。
The Virginity Hunter. Wasn't that his name? Or am I making that one up?
可愛い女子がいるって。 その子岸本綾瀬って名前なんだけどよ。
Is that familiar or not?
実はその岸本に関してすげえ発見したんだ。
Suge Hakken. Something vulgar, wasn't it? Or Travis bullshit. I almost let her sign. Yeah, the singer or the band, right?
その岸本ってのがフェスなんだよ。俺マジビビったぜ。まさかフェスがうちの学校の生徒だなんてよ。
Sorry, was he? Sorry to cut you off, buddy. But you weren't banging this chick, just to put it in your terms. Is that a yes or a no?
しかも俺らとダメだってことだぜ。
There was also some weirdness going on there, so there's some stuff going on.
こういうことを言うんだな。
If he were to slip, he'd fall to the ground and break his neck. And he's like, yeah, man, obviously. I mean, I don't like it either. I'm pretty averse to like opening windows and balconies on high floors and leaning, you know. It's just no reason to do so. When there's a guard, I'll do it fine, you know. Before switching his gaze down to the entrance beneath it.
噂をすればなんとやらだタク。岸本を発見した。もうすぐここに来るぜ。
With so many coincidences piling up one after the other, maybe it really was fate. Not that I care. But come on, you care, man.
捕まえてやる。見てろタク。俺のナンパ術ってのを見せてやるよ。
I'm listening. Alpha males like him really were impressive. Ah, yes. Influencer, alpha male, my goat, etc. It's the same hallway. Footsteps. I mean, yeah, it's her, man. Obviously, it's her. You could look at her and tell her it's her. Like, she's not hiding it. Obviously, like, it was that seems like it would have been spread out. Maybe the fest was not that popular in the first place, but a distinct aloofness came from her expression as she walked down the hallway. Yeah, man, she's at school. It's not really like, you know. Ignoring this, Miss Megan strolled over to her and casually stopped right next to her.
Yo, 岸本さん。おはよう。
Ohio. His smile was so invigorating despite it being so obviously. It's not fake though. That's the thing. That's the track. The track? The trip and the trick, as it were. Is that you gotta be genuine even if you're putting on your genuineness, you know? He's not like really miserable. He's really cheerful. You know? That's why we love him. だから憧れる. This is also a reference. But I forgot the reference already.
俺三角大輔。よろしく。
But yeah, I could never do this. Sure.
初対面とか思ってるだろう。でも違うんだなこれが。俺さ、こないだファンタズムのライブ行ったんだよね。だから。
She's not saying anything though, to be clear.
で、その時君の歌声にこうなんつうの？ビビってきちゃったんだ。別に俺ミーハーとかじゃねえよ。惹かれたのはさ、詩とか君の可愛さとか。
He's good. I mean, listen. You go for the second thing, the thing that people want people to notice about them. Not to talk over you, my friend.
とあっての君の歌声っつうの。ちなみに俺も実はバンドやりたいなって思っててさ。
And he's also not asking, not immediately just saying, you know, want to go out. He's actually asking other question, you know, even if you like, and this is like social discussion back and forth, like this is how you, technically speaking, this is like an psychological intro to flirting or whatever, because the intentions are ambiguous. What you're asking is not you know, the point is that you don't know. That's the whole idea. It's like, then you can, you know, it's very interesting stuff. I mean, you wouldn't usually go this long without the other person at least like responding in some way though. So that's the odd part. Yeah, I mean, to force a flag, she just left, bro. Another opportunity to save. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it means here. as if not a sound had reached her ears. You know what? Let's delude ourselves a little bit more. I don't know what that means, but I'm just gonna say yes. I like to say yes to most cases.
なあ聞いてる
Sure, man. Suddenly, Festa. Oh yeah, well, the delusion here is gonna be like, yes, I love you, right? That kind of thing. And I want to see it because it's a cute character. Fuck it. Oh no, that's what's going on. Never mind. She looked at me. Me? Felt like Fess was staring directly at me. Just in general, I've been stared at by a bunch of freaky 3D girls over the past couple of weeks. Amen, brother. I don't know what this is doing to the endings and the timelines and the routes or whatever.
私好きな人がいるのよ。
マジ何何それって俺のこと
そこの人。
そこ
Over where? Under there? He just kept looking at me and only me. Come
こ
on,
の前
buddy.
ライブに来てたわね。
That's all it takes. The chatter who made it. My surroundings began to buzz. Everyone was listening in on the confession.
俺もライブ行って
一目で悟ったわ。
You were the one for me. Make glorious love to me in the school hallway. I just want to see the CGs, you know? Close enough. She grabbed my necktie with one hand and pulled me in close. Close enough that I could clearly feel her breath against my skin. This was not a distance you could maintain with someone you were close friends with. Well, nor was it one to be shared between family members. It was a distance, a closeness reserved only for lovers.
私の運命の人だ。
The sheer seductiveness of the gesture. Oh, I was entranced.
私お嫁さんになる。
Immediately. What the fuck is this music? And yet the sheer contrast between them proved unbearably cute. No facial expression change, of course. Everyone was throbbing with excitement. Mitsumi-kun was crestfallen.
僕の意見は無視
嫌なの。
嫌
Am I not enough?
です。
It felt like I was being swept away by a river of temptation. I could win at life right then and there. And thus began the Hat love story, etc. How cool. Like that had ever happened.
自信なくすぜくそー
Oh well. A true Yuri connoisseur. So gay you become gay. That's fine. In fact, it probably goes the other way. More often than not.
それはすごくいいスールです。
Sur. Can you define that one, please? That's just a term I've never heard of. That's the stuff. I mean, see, he recognizes it, and yet he does not choose the obviously optimal route of his own sister. That's disappointing.
あんな不愛想な女もう二度と相手にしてやるもんかよ
You're not a true believer, buddy. You gotta take them as they come. You can't have that. You can't have your ego so attached to the outcomes. That's your mistake, buddy.
何が剣を見つけろだわけわかんね
Oh, well, we got some leads on that one.
剣
Hold on a
え
second.
ああ岸本がそう言ってただろ剣を見つけろそうすれば救われるって
Could we have heard that in the normal? I guess we know it anyway. Salvation.
なあタークファンタズムの歌にそんな歌詞でもあるのか
A sword. No, man. It's talking about the double sword. Yes. This one. The one who was absolutely terrifying. She's chill. She's not that. She's just sort of, you know, she's got a resting intimidation face, as it were. Maybe you should act on this curiosity on the fact that you don't know a lot of things instead of just Shogun the Demon Girl, Yua, Fess, Senna, swords. I've jotted them in my head, as was my old habit. Meant to put myself, but I was completely normal. Guy who, you know, if everyone you meet's an asshole, think about it, you know, think about it. Same principle. Was Fess my ally or my enemy? Well, you might want to. I didn't have the courage. Bullshit's gonna have to like quit real soon. Otherwise, he's gonna be down shit creek, or up it, I guess. As one might have it. Animate. Today I had to stray for Animate without stopping by at Cafe. The reason, of course, was to finally pick up my long-awaited Bloodtooth figure, Say Out of Time Post-Awakening version. This was the one that, you faked being also interested in to get close to him, right? Since the sculptor was Kijima Yoshio, not a single word needed to be said about that quality. Enjoy her every nook and cranny as soon as possible. If they were braver, they would have had a sex CG scene with him and the figurine. They might still have it. You could even do it without showing a penis and just show the glue, if you know what I'm saying, you know? Why did the entire third dimension do nothing but bring me trouble? Hey, without the third dimension, you couldn't have a figurine, man. Come on now. Hey, it's the detective duo. The old expert and the plucky young one, as it were. I attempted to pass by them without making eye contact, but they were very clearly watching me, yeah, because we were on the footage. I remember that bunch.
そこの君ちょっといいかい
The first of the two to call out to me was a dull older man who looked like he belonged at a cycling racetrack gambling his life away. Reasonable. Form an unparalleled example of the man who failed to get ahead in life. The fact that he was flapping a fan at himself only served to further emphasize how pathetic he looked. He's got a fan. I knew that he wasn't really smiling. I mean, you say eyes met, but there's only one eye, bro. There was nowhere to run.
おじさんこういうものなんだけどさ
Black badge. A real police badge. They finally come for me. I mean, yeah, at least you would recognize what's going
ちょ
on.
っと話を聞かせてもらっていいかい
Well, don't run. You didn't actually commit the crime. This should be pretty easy.
もちろん強制じゃないんだけどねあいやいやそんな身構えなくていいよ本当話聞くだけだから
The way he spoke didn't show a trace of trying to intimidate me. The younger detective wore a strict expression as he moved to block my path. Yeah. Gave us more nod.
君さ俗に言うニュージェネレーションの狂気って知ってるかな
I knew it. I wiped the beads of my forehead and gave him a nod in reply.
3番目に起きた通称貼り付け殺人事件も
貼り
当然知っ
付け
てるよね
Huddy is cross, right?
この近所で起きたわけなんだけども
Maybe.
その目撃者を探してる
Well,
わけ
Huddy is like needles, right? I don't know.
ちなみに君名前聞かせてくれる
A gob forced itself down my throat. This wasn't some bait and switch shit, was it? Well, you didn't do it. I don't know, like, you seem to be very nervous, but you're like a vital evidence in this. I don't mean to, like, justice system post. Like, you're perfectly fine, bro. It could even be the demon girl's underlings. I guess bro doesn't have a grasp on reality. We forgot about this base principle, so. If they started to suspect me, there'd be no end to it. What should I mean, like, every single idea you come up with is like, what, should I do the wrong thing? No, that would be a bad idea. Like, this is real rudimentary.
個人情報保護法とか気にしてるおじさんそんなに信用なさそうに見えるかな
I'll say. Either way, his friendly way of speaking it to be just enough.
西条匠
Well, at least you gave it. I mean, yeah, thank you. At least he has a brain under there, bro. That's the rule trick.
組んでいいかい
I shook my head.
本当に
Huh? What was that supposed to mean?
いやこれは失礼今のは気にしないでくれ
It's funny to use squash given that it came from originally Japanese, which I didn't know that because it's not really a phrase that we use down here. But squash coming from squishy is interesting. His unnatural laughter rang through the quiet residential area. Yeah. Let's get to the
その
point.
制服水明だよ
You don't need to slow boil this.
何年生
That I have to answer stuff like that.
悪いね聞き取れなかったおじ
I'm just keeping your
2
line,
年
buddy.
生
You know what? Fuck it. I'll listen to your line.
悪いね聞き取れなかったおじさんもう年だから耳遠くてさもう一度言ってくれる
Thank you.
ああ2年生ね
Mimi got talked. It's like your ears are far away as a phrase. That's interesting. Maybe that's how it is. Maybe that's not how it is.
で西条さん聞きたいことってのは先月の29日の午後6時から
10時頃にかけてどこで何してたかなんだわ。
I mean, you obviously like. But no offense, you were spotted at the scene of the crime. Or like, what are we doing here? Like, you just gotta tell the truth.
別に君を疑ってるわけじゃなくてさ、その時間にこの近くにいたなら怪しい人物を見かけたとか何か音を聞いたとかないかと思ってね。
The way the guy talked was really strong. Yeah, because he's dancing around it. So if you break the illusion, that he'll join you with it. Like it's kept up for your benefit, and if it's not benefiting you, then you can break it just as easily. That's like the idea, right? Talking in a way that deliberately agitated the subject was some kind of interrogation technique. I had seen someone suspicious very clearly with my own two eyes, but I wasn't sure if it would be a good idea. Why would it not be a good idea? What would he do, man? Well, you could be under witness protection or something. I don't know. Like, it's better. You're not under any protection right now, and you're still a risk. It's not like not telling it. Like, I don't know. That's a rule. Demon girl. I mean, that's some sort of insane power as well. Yeah, sure. Shogun, who's apparently you. I mean, I don't know what this deal is. I don't know if I actually believe that it's him within the future. That seems. I mean, Yua seems to have factually proven it, but like, I don't know. You know.
なあ、西条君、今日はそんなに暑いか。
Well, yeah, obviously, like I just don't like. It seems like he's grounding his. I mean, then again, that's the delusion issue, right? If you literally can't sense reality, then the fake fears and the real fears sort of don't make it. There's no distinction between them, I guess. He found himself with his fan.
もうすっかり秋だ。汗かくほど暑いとは思えんけどな。まあ、体質ってのは人それぞれだしな。
Ironic, considering he was the one walking around with a fan. It's all intimidation, buddy. It's all mind games. Perfect temperature.
僕はやってない。
おお。
Are you serious, buddy? Come on. I had no idea what exactly tipped him off.
何をやっていないんだ。
Are we stupid? Yes. Don't answer that question. I answered it for you. I had to answer honestly. Well, tell him about it. I began to blurt out everything.
見たんです。貼り付けの現場、そこに女がいたんです。で、血まみれにして死体の杭がたくさん死体に突き刺さってて、あれ500本は絶対超えてた。異常だ。
Give me this one again?
貼り付けの現場、そこに女がいたんです。
Hi. It basically sounded like a cut off anyway.
死体がハリネズミみたいになってて、女は僕を見てよかったって笑ってた。あの女は悪魔だ。人間じゃない。ニュージェネの母には人を超えた存在なんだ。
Detectives looking at each other like, what the fuck? This guy's... Yeah, he didn't do it. He's crazy.
ヨシとかすごい超能力とか使う。
Hi, sokumade. They were staring at him with their eyes wide.
悪魔か。なるほどね。
But it does also sound like he's imagining somebody like he's crazy and did it and is telling like what he literally thinks in a schizophrenic, mentally ill type of way. So you know what? From their perspective, it could be anything. Now that I think about it,
本当です。
and they have no other evidence, so this really doesn't help his case.
ああ、分かってる分かってる。貴重な情報だよ。
僕を警察で守ってください。
その前にその女の年は分かる。服装とか顔の特徴とか。
水明。
水明って水明学園？
その制服着てた。
つまり西条君と同じ。
Well, this should be easy. I was gonna say just like. The old man grinned. He then muttered something that could be an actual question, or him just mumbling to himself.
何年生だろうな。その何年生だと思う？西条君。
わからない。
じゃあなんて名前だと思う？
You're talking to a true shut-in. He doesn't know, bro.
わからないよ。僕はあの悪魔の名前なんて知らない。
It doesn't help that you keep referring to someone that should exist as a demon as if it's some sort of conjuring of your own brain, you know?
その女の身長、体重、あとついでに3サイズについて。
What's up with this old man? He's freaking. I was supposed to know even a single one of these. I mean, how could you have gotten? This wasn't a goddamn rom-com manga.
なるほど。黙ってるってことはわからないってことだね。結構。参考になったよ。これは本部に戻って検討しないといかんな。
先輩マジっすか？
Waving his hand to silence the dumbfounded young detective, the old man signaled something to him with his eye. Well, he's going to be on surveillance now, right?
西条君、ちなみに連絡先とか教えてもらえる？
Well, you wanted protection, didn't you? They wanted to label me as some nut job. Correct label, at least. Falsely accused me of everything. At this point, I'm starting to think you did do it. No disrespect, like... Your grasp on reality is so unreliable that I'm starting to not believe anything I see from your eyes.
ああ、だって悪魔だっけ？そいつから君を守らなくちゃならないだろ？
That's what you asked for. Thank God they actually believed me. Ah, yes. It was better than being unarmed. I like the implication here. And I showed him my phone number. The younger detective scribbled it down in his notebook.
いや、忙しいところありがとうさ。君の身の安全は警察が保証するから、何の心配もしなさんな。
I mean, they're being very nice, which is good. And to be honest, I think they actually do believe him in like a he didn't do it sense, because otherwise, why would you be so forthcoming with all the information? Like, I mean, if you're a body language analyzer, I feel like you have the pretty good grasp on Takumi. I don't think he's got any guards, you know? It's like, he's not really any good at anything, to be honest. He's not even really that good at jacking off. Like, he's just not good at anything.
イルスとか使わないでくれよ。今のところ警察にとっては君は重要な人物だからな。
え？
君の目撃証言は事件解決の重要な手がかりになりそうだ。じゃあな。
The younger detective is like, bro, that's him. The older detective is gonna be like, no, we're cracking this shit wide open. I mean, that's what's going on right now. The older man paid him no mind. Simply, are you sure about this? Letting him go? That was intense. It was the first time I'd ever been questioned by actual detectives. I'd acted pretty suspicious without meaning to, but they believed me anyway somehow. The police didn't have any special powers, so maybe I should keep my expectations low. Cola. Free cola. We take those.
覚醒バージョン残すエロすぎパンモノじゃんかだがそれがいい
True. Buying a figure without panties is like, I don't know. Buying an angel without wings, etc. Anyway. Saber.
顔かわいいよ顔原作再現度はいまいちだけどプンプンと漂うエロスが木島よしおらしさだよなこれはこれでグッジョブ
Good job.
上着キャストオフとかこの角度からじゃほとんど全裸にしか見えんひょー
Here.
髪の動きがいいよな覚醒バージョンは髪が命って持論があるわけだが間違ってなかったな、さてそれではお待ちかねパンツいってみようかどれどれ
What if there's no panties and you're disappointed?
V ゾーンの作り込みいいよシワの付き方リアルだしってこれスージーさんすげえマジですげえクオリティ高すぎ
Quality takasugi.
これセーラタン5作目にして早くも最高傑作爆誕じゃねえこれ以上すごいのなんて出せないってマジでやっぱ木島は神
See, this is the best he gets to be. This is when he's in his element right now. And I'm loving it. Could you show us the figure? That's not the figure, because you're missing I don't see the camel toe that you're talking about. And also, you would see the panties firsthand. There's no need to upskirt the figure. You know? I've got my only figure is one that literally to match, to make sure I had like a free shipping on AliExpress. I was like, I just had to add something and I added this figure. It's either a very convincing ripoff or it's actually legit, because it seems to match actual figurines. But then again, they're all made in factories in China probably anyway. So like it's like for what I paid for it, it's real good, to be honest with you. And I have a bunch of shoe boxes that I finally constructed after a year of just having them unbuilt, just to put some stuff in now. So I might get more figures. I know I've got the the Minakami Yuki Fumo on pre-order for probably next year. I was like, you know what, we got to start filling out our closets and desks and stuff. We gotta live our dreams a little bit at least. Anyway, life is good. I logged on and immediately posted my new impressions on that channel. Then I checked my email, and then checked if any of my friends had posted
おっ
updates.
と前触れ申請来てるじゃん
Sorry, what? Can you give me that line again?
誰これおっと前触れ申請来てるじゃん
마이프를 신세기 시대르전. Huh. 마이프를 Huh. No, I assume this is they've translated this to Maifure to like this maybe, or maybe not. Maybe that's just like a, I don't know.
セーラコミの人かはいはい K ですよ
But the very second I thought that, I had died. The fuck? I felt chills. Someone's looking in the back of your head. Is that this is the gaze? Me. Sonome. This is a perfect time to save and end it here. Thank you very much for watching. Are those eyes real or not? I'm thinking I'm gonna pick yes, but also let me know if you want me to keep playing Chaos Head Noah. I feel like if you don't mind this pace of clicking, because this is a perfect, I think I can maintain enough energy to keep this pace up and not burn out on it, and also enjoy it to a decent level. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if I can do the Japanese learning ones on stream. It's just a lot of work and for not a lot of payoff. But I still might do it because it's the only way I might actually keep learning Japanese. But anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Enjoy.